Most of us love a good multiplayer game because these games unlock new possibilities that allow us to play with our friends and sometimes even with strangers. But that's not even all, because there are many categories in game genres. I mean, a lot of you like open world games but like GTA Online multiplayer mode, or many of you like multiplayer horror games where you can fight each other, or battle royale games where you can co-op with your friends and others, and many more genres like these. That's why today I'm back with the best multiplayer games with different genres. So starting with our first category is open world games. When we think about open world games with multiplayer features, then the only game that comes to our mind is GTA Online or GTA RP. So there are several games on Play Store that are heavily inspired by GTA 5, but only a few of them have multiplayer mode. Like the first game is Vice Online, where you can explore the city, drive different types of vehicles, and complete different missions. The game also has voice chat with other players too. And the second one, States RP. This game is the same as GTA RP, where you have to explore the vast open world map with a lot of other players. Engage in different roles, like a police officer, gangster, or a businessman. It's all up to you. And third is Grand Criminal Online. This game also features a vast open world with game lobby like GTA Online, where you can get into various missions and participate in different heists with friends and other players. And lastly, Madout Open Big City is also a multiplayer open world game like GTA 5, and you'll also enjoy it. Especially the customization of cars is super cool. Now in my opinion, all these open world multiplayer games are super cool, but my personal favorite one is Open States RP. I just started playing One State and I'm blown away by how much you can do in this game. You can be pretty much whatever you want. You can take up different jobs, you can start your own business, or go down the path of a criminal. Along the way, I've met a bunch of players because there are only real people in the game. Some play as cops, some as soldiers, and I've even seen some who have formed their own gangs and are now battling it out with other players for the title of the strongest organization in the game. I'm bringing this up now because recently One State released a major update called It's Thuggin' Time, where you can create your own gang. And honestly, I'm thinking about starting my own, guys. So come join me in One State and we can have our own base where we can do all sorts of missions and stuff, or you can team up with someone else and challenge me in the game. Create a gang with your buddies and take on fresh gang missions, compete for the title of the Concrete Jungle King, or join an already mighty gang and rise to the top. In One State, you earn rewards not just for completing gang missions, but also for taking part in big-scale events. And the coolest part is that all of this happens on a real map of America, with incredibly optimized graphics too. So I'll be waiting for you guys in One State. Be sure to download it from the link in the description and use my promo code. Now, coming to the next genre is multiplayer racing games. There are many racing games on Play Store, but only a few of them actually have multiplayer support. So the first game is Ace Racers. This is the newest racing game where you can see the fastest supercars and challenging racing tracks, and believe me, this game will not disappoint. It has outstanding graphics and of course a multiplayer mode through which you can play with your friends. Next we have Disney Speedstorm. This is a kart racing game set in the Disney world where you can see Disney characters like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and more. And of course this game also features multiplayer mode. And next, we have Car X Street. This is an open world game car racing game where you can participate in different events, and yes, you can race with your friends in this game too. Now from all the three, I think that Ace Racers is the best multiplayer racing game available. So moving on to the next category of multiplayer series is survival game. So when we think about multiplayer survival games, then the first thing that comes to our mind is Rust. And here we have our first game, which is very similar to Rust. It's called Last Island of Survival, and it's a multiplayer online survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world. Here, players must use their skills in cunning to survive by finding food and water, building shelters, and engaging in intense PvP battles. Next multiplayer genre is Battle Royale, and it's the most popular and demanding in the multiplayer gaming industry. The first game in this series is Warzone Mobile. This game has been recently launched for mobile and the gameplay is mind-blowing. It takes the Battle Royale mode to a new level. You can play Warzone either on PC or mobile via cross-platform progression, but the only con is the graphics of the game, which seem a little blurry. Next we have PUBG and Free Fire, and these games are also a battle royale game where you can play with your friends or with strangers. These games are also very popular in the genre, so if you're looking for some real multiplayer games, then try them out. Move on to the next genre of multiplayer game is horror game. Now, many of you might be scared to play horror games alone, but there are a few games where you can play them with your friends or other players. So the #1 horror game is Mimicry Online. Now, like Among Us, you and other players are stuck in a huge lab station where one player is an imposter and he's trying to kill all the other players and disguise himself. Your job is to complete the task with your team and kill the imposter before he kills you. And the next game is The Ghost Multiplayer Horror, which offers a chilling adventure set in the haunted New Whistline Hospital. Players can either work together to escape as survivors or play as the ghost, aiming to prevent the survivor's escape. And the last is Eyes Horror and Co-op Multiplayer, which challenges players to escape a mansion while being pursued by monsters. This game stands out for its impressive graphics and the variety of buildings you can explore. Overall, all these games are impressive, plus these games offer a voice chat option which enhance your multiplayer gaming experience. The next category of multiplayer game is fighting games. In the online universe, players are always searching for a worthy opponent, and fighting games provide the perfect opportunity to test skills against each other. So the first game in this category is the King of Fighters Arena. It is a classic fighting game with intricate combat mechanics and a lineup of iconic characters. Players can engage in both PvP and PvE matches. Next, we have Shadow Fight 4 Arena. This game brings a fresh perspective to the combat game genre with its transition from the iconic 2D silhouette art style to full 3D character models and environments. Players can enjoy a roster of legendary characters and multiplayer mode where you can fight against real players from all over the world. And next is Brawlhalla. This is also a vibrant and engaging fighting game where you can see lots of heroes, and the game features multiplayer mode, which makes it more challenging. But if you're looking for something funny and hilarious, then try Battle Gang. It's a multiplayer physics-based PvP fighting game where you and your friends have to fight each other and collect points to win the game. So my final verdict is that if you're looking for something serious, then you should try Shadow Fight 4, and if you're a casual player, then you can try Battle Gang or the King of Fighters Arena. Moving on to the next multiplayer category, MOBA games. So the word MOBA stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. Sometimes MOBA games are referred to as Action Real-Time Strategy. Now, I have 3 of the best MOBA games. The first is Pokemon Unite, where you'll see many Pokemon characters and play the match accordingly. The next is Marvel Super War, which features 5-on-5 matches with nearly 50 selectable superheroes and villains from the Marvel Universe. And the last one is League of Legends Wild Rift, a mobile adaptation of the popular PC game, which is coming soon for mobile this year. So let me know which MOBA game you think is best. Now let's move on to multiplayer shooting games, and it's the most demanding category of multiplayer gaming, and most of the game of this series is heavily inspired by CSGO. So for the first game of shooting is Combat Master. If you're looking for fast-paced action, then this game is for you. Here you can see multiplayer mode as well as Battle Royale mode too. Next is Polygon Arena, and if you have a low-end device, then you definitely want to try this one out. And if you're looking for the ultimate shooting game, then of course try Call of Duty Mobile. Next, move on to multiplayer simulator games. So the first in this genre is Goat Simulator 3. This is an open world game where you can play as different types of animals and do a lot of fun stuff. The game also features multiplayer mode through which you can play the game with your friends. Overall, it's the funniest game ever. Next, we have Bus Simulator 2023 and Truck Simulator USA. Both of these games are developed by Downtotop, and believe me, they are awesome. They also offer multiplayer mode, which is pretty amazing. But let me know if you know any more simulation games that offer multiplayer mode. Now moving on to multiplayer RPG games, and I gotta say there are a lot of RPGs and MMORPG games that you can play with your friends, like Genshin Impact, Black Desert Mobile, but I'm gonna mention my favorite MMORPG video link in the description so you can find more games there. So there you have it, the best multiplayer games by the genre. I know this video may be lengthy, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you did, be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe to Downtotop with bell notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.